Are we connected? Yes. Good morning. If you wonder where I'm bobbing, I'm on the bike this morning, getting some cardio in whilst doing some emails and writing, as I do on a Sunday morning, before the kids get up. This is like my downtime. And I've kind of created a tropical environment here, actually. I'm in a dressing gown, as you can see, with socks on. Pretty sure that's a football socks yellow. Pretty sure that's illegal in some countries. Next to a radiator to keep me warm. It's a tropical environment with the rain coming down. I feel like I'm cycling through a tropical storm. That's great. So, I wanted to talk this morning about the urge to eat, the urge to snack. This could refer to when hungry or not, and I touched on both of these things yesterday, but I'll go over a little bit of it again. So let's think about the urge to eat. Now, people often say, you know, I get that urge and I just give into it. I just have to, it's almost like it's not me. Now, yesterday, it was like, we were meant to go out in the morning. I was with the kids and I was just like, it is tipping it down with rain. Let's just have a bit of a chill out, see what we can do inside. And let's just see how we go from there. Anyway, gets to the afternoon, and I should know this. There's only so long kids can be inside for before they get, yeah, let's just put it that way. Whiny, everything's an issue, they just want to get out. So, wetsuits, rain jackets, suits. We went out, getting the deepest puddle going. I wasn't dressed appropriately, so I only dipped my toe in. And the difference in their mood, how they felt, was great. They're like different kids, basically, when we got back. They were just like laid out, literally just like, I am shattered. But in good moods. No, like the littlest thing, like before, you could drop a pen and it would be like, I dropped my pen. You've probably been there. You've probably seen it before. It's amazing how quickly you can change your state by doing something. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because the research shows that when we get an urge to do something or behave a certain way, or when a stress comes, we actually can condition ourselves to respond a certain way to help it. So we learn that when we're stressed by doing X, that makes us feel better. And the more we do X, the more we do it, the stronger that gets, the stronger the condition gets. And they show it in animals a lot. A bit like Pavlov's dog, bow and the food, but also with regards to anxiety, stress, for example, smoking. People often say with smoking that it reduces anxiety, blood pressure, but what they actually find is the habit itself reduces it at that time, but at all the other times, they're living with higher stress and higher anxiety. So the baseline goes higher, but then when they do smoke, or they do eat, or they do binge eat, or whatever the habit is, complain, moan, that like kind of makes us feel better. But then it's elevated at baseline again. So over time, we're actually living with more anxiety, more stress. And my point with this is when you get that urge to do something, and this is kind of the most simple thing you're ever going to hear, but just know that every time you do it, and the only way you're going to dampen that urge down is by not doing it. Because every time you do it, you actually strengthen it, and you confirm to your brain that that's the thing you need to do. And I know this sounds really weird, but there's a saying that goes around sometimes, and it's very extreme. But when you consider the question of if someone was like, I'm going to kidnap your family if you eat this now, you all of a sudden wouldn't be in that state where you're like just eating subconsciously. I know that's an extreme example, but it's just a reminder that we are in control. And we need to remember that we are in control of how we strengthen and condition ourselves. Sometimes we just need to change our environment. Ring someone, go for a walk, put on your favourite song. Now, I'm referring to this if this is an issue for you, of course, like the urge, the eat, and then you feel rubbish, then you sleep rubbish. You wake up the next day and it's like, well, and some people say, yeah, but that's boring not to eat chocolate on a Saturday night. But the thing is, this is only if it's an issue, okay? Because actually, like Hazel said, and I'm sharing her story today in the blog post a bit later on, she said that she's given up most chocolate and biscuits at the moment because, not that you have to, but for her, she actually enjoys food better and she's more in control when she's just not snacking all the time or not thinking about it all the time. Because I guess, what is life? Do we need to get that much from food all the time? Because when you consider what the cost of it is, okay, yeah, once I have one, I have 10. Is that true? Do you have to have 10 if you have one? But everyone's at different stages. Okay, so there's no one right or wrong way to do this. For some people, we have certain kind of rules around how many you want, how many you have, how many you're willing to have. But remember that, what's the cost of actually having it and keep binging? Because sometimes we tell ourselves it's fun to eat a certain way, eat a certain amount of biscuits, drink this much. But if it was that fun, why would we want to change it at the same time? Because often people will say that, but then they're like, yeah, but I'm fed up of feeling tired, hate how I look, how I feel, having no energy. And when we consider the cost of it, sometimes it hits home a bit. The cost, not just to the way we feel, to our body, but also money as well. Like, we never consider, okay, how much do you spend on eating when you're not hungry, snacking, drink? And when we work it out, it's like, yeah, actually, I spend quite a lot on that. And actually, it's draining my energy. It's making, and how does it impact your work? How does it impact friends, family, mood? When we go into this stuff, it gets a bit more deeper. And then we start to get that aha moment. But it takes time. It's not going to be an overnight thing. Okay? It's not going to be some click of the fingers, you're done. But just know that in the short term, the more you give in to that urge, the stronger that urge is going to get day by day by day by day. How can you pattern interrupt it? Even if you say to yourself today, when that urge comes, I'm going to put my favourite song on. I've got it planned. I've got my favourite song. I will survive. Dance around 3 minutes, then give yourself permission to give in to the urge if you want to. See how you feel afterwards. You may get what you wanted, or what you thought you wanted from the food out of the song, out of the dancing. Or could go one step further. And this worked the other day for one of the ladies. Put your favourite song on and run a bath. Then at the end of that song, when the bath's ran, give yourself permission to either go and hit that urge or get in the bath and just keep listening to music. So you have that pattern interrupt, then you make a choice rather than a subconscious decision. And I get it, kids' meals, blame me now. They had dinner time and lunchtime. Sometimes when I'm in that subconscious state, I'm a bit tired, I'm literally looking at their meals going, oh, I wonder if they're going to leave any. And then I'm like, come on, I'm not a human dustbin. When I actually put it like that, and I think, what am I teaching them? By picking at their plates. But I still do it sometimes. And I'm just like, have to remind myself, like, what example am I setting? When I put that on them, that then gets the conscious side of me to make a more rational choice, okay? I've talked a lot there. So let me know. Hey, Mary, let me know your biggest take home from this on this Sunday morning. Wet, windy, but we can control what we can. And what a day to splash in puddles. We'll be going out again today if their shoes have dried. I will remember my wellies today as well. Anyway, I hope that helps. Any questions, as always, do let me know. Good morning, Jane. And I will see you soon. Take care.